Love that. You can check that out on NFL Network. As you can see, they are the big movers in the NFC playoff picture. They're the Cowboys and the Saints on top at 10-1. Can they take out top dog New Orleans? You've got the Rams sitting there at 10-1, and the playoff picture sort of taken shape. The Vikings are still in it. The Redskins on their way out.
Not necessarily.
Well, now I think the Vikings are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm in on that. They're not going to lose another game after I saw Cooper. Wow.
Now you're on Cooper.
Yeah. I like him. Cool kid.
I still have to get the backstory of that video.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I love it.
We'll find out. We'll tell everybody out there. So we just heard Jerry Jones say that a win against a team like the Saints could really give this Cowboys team a lift. Not that they need it. They've looked great lately. Let's take a little bit further here.
Okay.
What do we think a win tomorrow would do for Dallas? If we're asked the same question Jerry Jones was just asked.
I would like to take this off the field, off the sideline, and into the front office. I think this would mean the world to Dak Prescott, but more specifically, Dak Prescott's future contract. I remember the quote that Jerry Jones had when he said, Dak Prescott, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, he's young, and he's going to get extended. And I remember you came on the show and you said, why would you say that?
It was after they lost to the Titans on a Monday night game.
Why would you say that right now? And I said he might not necessarily be talking about money. He might be wanting to talk to the team instead of talking to Dak Prescott. And what has happened since then? Hasn't lost a game. So this is just confirmation of what Jerry Jones has said before. He goes out there, he slays the giant, he becomes a legend killer, he hands the Saints their second loss, and all of a sudden we're looking at the Cowboys as one of the hottest teams, and then Dak Prescott is one of the hottest young quarterbacks. So for me, he gets this big win, that means he's going to get that big money.
It's funny because I look at the NFC playoff picture, and Kay, you just brought that graphic up, and I look at these big dogs, the Rams, right, the Bears, the Saints. If this team can beat the Saints on national TV, the big dog might start shifting to a team that can run the ball efficiently, that has the top 5 defense, and a team that isn't going to have to win games 51-50.
Yeah.
You know, the Cowboys, it's a totally different style. If they win this game, we got to talk about them as one of the NFC elite teams. I know it's a big if. They are big underdogs in this one to the Saints. But if they can keep up with the Saints and find a way to, like you say, muck it up, get dirty, play in the mud, keep them under 30, suddenly we're talking about the NFC playoff picture, and it's not just a 2-horse race here. It's not just a 3-horse race here. It's a 4-horse race, and the Cowboys are more than just a great story and an NFC East division winner by default because the other teams have skidded quite a bit. No. The Cowboys, they belong in that Rams conversation. They belong in that Saints conversation. And they certainly belong in that Bears conversation. I think it's a huge statement on national TV if the Cowboys can beat the Saints to the rest of the conference saying, we're here, we're ready to roll.
I agree. The Saints are incredible. They're omnipotent. They're amazing. But I would go bigger, Peter. If the Cowboys beat the Saints, they can win the Super Bowl. They can win this year. That's knocking out Mike Tyson. They knocked out the heavyweight champ. And if the Cowboys continue, and Dak hasn't had a turnover in a month, and they have the league's leading rusher, and they do to the Saints offense what the Rams couldn't, what the Vikings couldn't, what the Redskins couldn't, they had to be considered to win the whole thing. If you beat the Saints, you can beat anybody. It's a huge if. If Steve-O from Jackass wins a Golden Globe, he can win an Oscar. But I don't see it happening necessarily. I'm not saying the Cowboys are going to win, but if they have the knockout power over the Saints, there's no one they can't beat.
If the Cowboys beat the Saints, the benefactor to me is the Rams.
Yes.
Because the Saints have the tiebreaker, of course, head-to-head, and I want to see the Rams get that 1 seed then. If that's what happens, that's the biggest help that they could possibly get. No one wants to play in New Orleans. This game on NFL Network tomorrow, luckily for the Cowboys, is in Dallas. So I don't know. The Rams' schedule, looking at it, real nice, real favorable. They've got matchup against the Lions. They have to go to Chicago and face the Bears. That'll be a tough one. The Eagles, the Cardinals, and the 49ers. The Saints' schedule is really brutal. This is that one game that the Cowboys can really do some things in favor of the Rams. So it's bigger than just this matchup.
Jerry helped Stan Kroenke get the team from St. Louis to L.A. This would almost be a bigger favor if he can get that game out of New Orleans and to L.A. and if they get that one.
You think Sean McVay's a big Dak fan?
I think
Dak fan
right now.
I think they're cheering.
Jersey.
Hey.
Inside track to the 1 seed. It all goes down tomorrow, Thursday night. Breeze.